You're sitting in your car right now, engine running, going absolutely nowhere, and you're literally burning money. But here's the kicker. Almost everyone gets idling completely wrong. They think they're saving fuel or protecting their engine, but they're actually doing the exact opposite. And some of these idling mistakes are costing you hundreds of dollars a year. I'm going to destroy some idling myths that have been around for decades, show you exactly when idling is killing your fuel efficiency, and give you the pro tips that'll save you serious money at the pump. And warning, if you idle to warm up your car in winter, you need to hear number 3. Myth number 1, the morning warm-up ritual. Let's tackle the biggest myth first. You walk out on a cold morning, start your car, and let it idle for 5, 10, even 15 minutes to warm it up before driving. Your dad did it, his dad did it, so it must be right. Wrong. Dead wrong. And it's costing you. This advice came from the carburetor era. Carbureted engines needed time to reach operating temperature before they could run smoothly. But here's the thing. Unless you're driving a classic car from before the mid-1990s, you don't have a carburetor. You have fuel injection. Modern fuel-injected engines are designed to run immediately. They have computer-controlled systems that adjust the fuel mixture based on temperature. Your engine warms up faster by driving it gently than by sitting and idling. When you idle, your engine is running rich, using more fuel than necessary, and it's not under load, so it takes forever to reach optimal temperature. You're literally pouring gas out the tailpipe while going nowhere. Studies show that idling for just 10 minutes a day wastes about 25 gallons of fuel per year. At $4 a gallon, that's $100 straight into the atmosphere. The correct procedure? Start your car, wait about 30 seconds for oil to circulate, then drive gently until the engine reaches operating temperature. That's it. You'll warm up faster, use less fuel, and actually reduce engine wear because you're not running rich for extended periods. Myth number 2, the drive-through dilemma. You're sitting in a drive-through line that's 10 cars deep. You leave your engine running because starting and stopping uses more fuel than idling. I hear this one constantly, and it's outdated information that needs to die. This myth is from the 1970s and 80s, when starting a car did use a significant amount of fuel. But modern engines with electronic fuel injection are incredibly efficient at starting. We're talking a tiny fraction of the fuel compared to older technology. Here's the actual math. Modern engines use about the same amount of fuel to start as they would idling for about 10 seconds. That's it, 10 seconds. So if you're sitting still for more than 10 seconds, you're wasting fuel by keeping it running. That drive-through line, if it's not moving and you're waiting more than a minute, you should shut off your engine. Some newer cars have automatic start-stop systems that do this for you, and there's a reason. It genuinely saves fuel. The EPA estimates that reducing unnecessary idling by just 3 minutes per day can save about $30 per year in fuel costs. That might not sound like much, but it adds up. And if you're someone who sits in drive-thrus, pickup lines, or parking lots regularly, you could be wasting way more. The rule is simple. If you're stopped for more than 30 seconds and you're not in traffic, shut it off. Your starter can handle it. Modern starters are designed for hundreds of thousands of cycles.
Myth number 3, the remote start trap. You've got remote start. Winter morning, you start your car from inside your house, let it run for 10 or 15 minutes while you finish your coffee, then walk out to a nice warm car. Feels great, right? It's also one of the worst things you can do for fuel efficiency. Remote start is convenient, I get it, but people abuse it massively. That 15-minute warm-up we already talked about being unnecessary, it's even worse with remote start because you're not even there to know when the car is ready. Here's what's happening. Your engine is running rich in a cold state, burning excess fuel. Your catalytic converter isn't warming up efficiently because there's no load on the engine. You're creating more emissions, and you're using somewhere between a quarter to half a gallon of gas just sitting there. Do that every workday for a winter season, and you've burned through 15 to 30 gallons of fuel without moving an inch. That's $60 to $120, depending on gas prices, just to have a warm car. The smart way to use remote start? Start it 2 to 3 minutes before you leave max. That's enough time for oil circulation and to take the edge off the cold, but not enough to waste serious fuel. Better yet, just start it normally and drive. Modern cars have great heaters that warm up faster when the engine is under load anyway. Problem number 4. Idling in traffic jams. You're stuck in gridlock traffic, bumper to bumper, barely moving. You're thinking, well, I can't shut off my engine in traffic, that's crazy. Actually, this is where modern start-stop technology shines and where you should be thinking differently. Extended idling in traffic is a massive fuel waster. Your engine is running, your alternator is working, your AC or heat is on, but you're getting 0 miles per gallon. Literally 0. You're just burning fuel to sit still. In stop-and-go traffic where you're stationary for more than a minute at a time, you're in the worst possible scenario for fuel economy. Your engine never gets into an efficient operating range because you're constantly starting and stopping, but you're also burning fuel continuously while stopped. If you have a car with automatic start-stop, don't disable it in traffic. I know it feels weird, I know some people find it annoying, but it's saving you real money. Studies show start-stop systems can improve fuel economy by 5 to 7% in heavy city driving. For someone who commutes in traffic daily, that's significant savings. If you don't have automatic start-stop and you're genuinely stuck motionless for several minutes, shutting off your engine is valid. Yes, even in traffic. Just be ready to restart quickly when things move. Problem number 5. The parking lot wait. You're waiting in a parking lot for someone. Could be 5 minutes, could be 20. Engine's running because you want the AC or heat, or you're on your phone, or you just don't think about it. This is pure waste. Idling in a parking lot is where people hemorrhage fuel without realizing it. No movement, no purpose, just burning gas to power accessories. Your engine has to run to keep the battery charged for those accessories, but it's incredibly inefficient. 10 minutes of idling uses roughly 1/10 of a gallon of fuel. Do this a few times a week and you're burning through a gallon or more per month just sitting in parking lots. That's $40 to $50 a year minimum, probably more if you're a serial parker. The smart way to approach? If you're waiting more than a couple minutes, shut it off. If you need AC or heat and it's extreme weather, okay, but be honest about whether you really need it or you're just being lazy. Crack the windows, use a phone charger that doesn't require the engine running, and save your fuel for actual driving. And here's a pro tip. If you're regularly waiting in parking lots, invest in a small USB-powered fan or a phone battery pack. You can stay comfortable without burning premium fuel to run a 3,000-pound climate control system.
Problem number 6. The better for my engine excuse. Here's one I hear all the time. Idling is better for my engine than starting and stopping constantly. People genuinely believe they're protecting their engine by keeping it running. The opposite is true. Extended idling is actually harder on your engine than normal driving. When you idle, your engine runs cooler than optimal, which means incomplete fuel combustion. That creates carbon buildup on valves, pistons, and in your combustion chamber. It dilutes your oil with unburned fuel, and it causes moisture accumulation in your exhaust system. Your engine is designed to run under load at operating temperature. That's where it's most efficient and experiences the least wear. Idling keeps it in a suboptimal state. Modern starters and batteries are built for frequent start cycles. Your starter isn't going to fail because you shut off your engine at a drive-thru. What will cause problems is the carbon buildup from excessive idling, which leads to rough running, poor fuel economy, and eventually expensive repairs. The oil industry and automotive engineers agree, excessive idling is harmful. It's why commercial fleets and delivery companies have anti-idling policies. They've done the math on maintenance costs and fuel costs, and idling loses on both counts. Problem number 7. Forgetting the total cost. Let's talk about what idling actually costs you when you add it all up, because most people think about fuel in isolation. It's not just the gas you're burning. First, there's the obvious fuel cost. Average car idles at about 1/4 to half a gallon per hour depending on engine size. If you're idling 30 minutes a day total, morning warm-ups, drive-thrus, parking lots, that's roughly 3 to 4 gallons per month.
At $4 a gallon, that's $150 to $200 per year in pure waste. But then there's the maintenance. Idling contributes to oil contamination, which means more frequent oil changes. It creates carbon buildup, which eventually requires cleaning or causes sensor failures. It puts hours on your engine without putting miles on your odometer, effectively aging your engine faster than the mileage suggests. And there's environmental cost, which might not hit your wallet directly, but matters. An idling car produces twice as much exhaust as a car in motion. You're contributing more pollution per gallon burned than necessary. Add it all up, and excessive idling could easily cost you $300 to $500 per year in fuel and accelerated maintenance. That's real money that could go literally anywhere else. So let's recap the idling mistakes killing your fuel efficiency. Cold morning warm-ups? You only need 30 seconds, not 15 minutes. Drive-through lines? Shut it off after 30 seconds. Remote start abuse? 2 to 3 minutes max, not your whole morning routine. Traffic jams? Use start-stop technology or shut off when truly stopped. Parking lot waits? Don't idle for your convenience. The better for the engine myth? Idling actually causes more wear. And forgetting total costs? You're wasting hundreds per year. Stop idling unnecessarily and you'll immediately see better fuel economy, reduce maintenance costs, and keep more money in your pocket. Now, be honest in the comments. How long do you warm up your car in winter? And if this is going to save you money, hit that like button. I'll see you in the next one.